Fuck yeah, dude. Gavin Newscumb started a podcast. I don't want to hear any shit about how I started a podcast. This fucking guy brought Charlie Kirk on as his friend. I know I'm late to the party on this story. I understand. But still. I got a fat fucking pouch in my lip. I'm sorry. I understand I'm late to this party. But Gavin Newscumb brought Charlie Kirk on. And then he brought Steve Bannon on. And the whole time he just sits there and everything they say, he just laughs. Like, oh, yeah, you're right. Then what the fuck is your whole deal, bro? Do not be fooled by this motherfucker. He clearly thinks the same shit he thought a year ago, 2 years ago, where he bars parents from knowing their children's sexuality when they get indoctrinated by his schools. Don't be fooled by that. He's making a 2028 presidential bid. He's laying the grounds for, I'm a middle-of-the-road kind of guy. I'm just a middle-of-the-road kind of guy. You know, I want common sense. No, you fucking don't. What are you talking about? This guy's retarded. He's actually retarded. Well, no. I have met plenty of actually retarded people that have more common sense than he does. This guy is libtarded. He is a full libtard. I'm not mad that he has a podcast. I'm glad he does. But bro, you just exposed yourself. You're dumb. You're stupid. I would clip parts of that podcast in here, but this has to be all me. This needs to be totally copyright free. No one can take nothing. Because, so many people listen to this. It's so popular. This is such a popular podcast in the world. Obviously, you can tell. I mean, last one got 4 views. 4. And only 3 of those were me. So, I don't know. We're in Silly Goose Town all the way. And Gavin Newscomb would be a perfect president if all we wanted was someone to come out and smile and go, I did not have sexual relations with Oh, wait, no, that's a different guy. There's a different guy. Why is Gavin Newscomb trying to be Bill Clinton from the 90s? Why can't we just let stuff go? Hey, this doesn't work. Let it go. Who is leading the Democratic Party? Who are they looking to? They're making some fucking stupid decisions. Who was it that decided to all wear pink at the what I don't even know what you'd call it, not State of the Union, joint address to Congress, I guess? The man's only been in office for 6 weeks and he's gone through like a damn bulldozer. He's got so many accomplishments and they won't even stand up for a kid with brain cancer. I know anyone that listens to the news has already heard this. But I'm just a regular guy from South Florida, and I gotta chime in here. Whose decision was it to make the signs? Wear the pink. Put on the fucking hat. Obviously, someone's organizing this. Who is it? Who is it? And can I buy that guy a beer? Because it's fucking it's perfect if you all want to lose your job. It's perfect for if you all want to lose your job. No one thought, hey, maybe, let's say, everything Trump says, the microphone cut, but we're going to keep rolling. Everything Trump says, we're just going to sit there. And we're going to be all like, ooh. and look like we're the resistance. All of us ugly old white women, ugly fat old white women are going to sit here and be like, ooh, we are America. We're definitely not Karen Central. We're going to sit here in solidarity with freedom. Like, Rich, what? You don't believe in actual freedom. But anyway, I digress. I don't even know what that fucking word means, digress. Anyone ever looked that up? Anyway. I don't understand. You say, okay, but if in that meeting, if I was in that meeting and I was super libtard, I'd be like, but wait, hang on. Raise my hand. Yes, gentleman in the back. Yeah, hey, so what if, just hypothetical scenario, what if, like, it's like a little boy with brain cancer who survived it, and, like, he really wants to be a police officer, and we give him a badge from the Secret Service? Like, would anyone even think twice? They'd be like, oh, well, no, we'll stand up for that. But these people don't think for themselves. That's why it wasn't like, I think one person on the Democrat side stood up. That should be the new leader. There's one of them thinking for themselves. One of them. Out of how many hundred? There's one of them. Holy fuck. Dude. You can't logically explain. We're going to name this animal sanctuary after your daughter who loved animals who was brutally murdered. We can't stand. No, I don't see anybody else standing. Do you see anybody else standing? No, I'm just going to follow the crowd. I'm just going to do what everybody else says to do. Or doesn't say to do. Or, no one thinks for themselves. They're just like, I am by the party rules. Blah, 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 blah. These fucking retards. To give another example, actually, I'm not done with this. I'm gonna spit my pouch out. Yeah. To give another example of how fucking retarded these people are. They decided, we're not going to pass Trump's continuing resolution. And what is the continuing resolution? It's just a budget plan that doesn't expand the budget. All it does is keep everything the same as it was. They're like, but Trump wants it passed, so it must be full of Nazis. Oh, scary Nazi stuff. So everyone's so fucking against, not everyone, but all the retards are so against, you know what? I'm not going to even say that about them, because there are actual retarded people that I fucking love. The libtarded people are like, no, we can't do it because Trump wants it, so it must be bad. We have to stick together. We're going to shut down the fucking government, even though the last time the government was about to be shut down, we said, these people are gonna die. I'm not fucking with you. Go back, look it up. They all said people will die if we shut down the government. People will die. They'll die. Are you fucking kidding? Now it's okay. And you can't explain why this CR is bad. You can't explain it in actual terms. You just say, it's so full of crap, but what is the crap? Tell me the crap. I'm listening. Tell me what it is. But no, we can't expand this, or we can't approve this CR because Trump said so. Excuse me. So Chuck Schumer, leader of the senators, Senate majority leader or minority leader, I don't know what the fuck they are anymore. I think minority leader. Anyway, he comes out and he's like, we are willing to shut down the government to stop this from being passed. We will hold still. We will hold fast in this. And then immediately realized, like within 24 hours, that, that means it's completely our fault. That's completely the Democrats' fault on why the government will be shut down. Because we are libtarded. So he backtracks. He's like, oh, we have to pass it, but he gave this emotional speech like he actually gives a fuck about anybody but himself. All these people are public speakers. That's it. That's it. They don't have any morals. They don't have any actual understanding of the way the world works. They don't get anything or anybody. They're just like, okay, we have to pass this because if Trump took over the executive branch, he would give him so much more power. He is the head of the executive branch. He already runs the damn thing. Now, a government shutdown could mean that the courts would be shut down, so basically he'd be able to pass through whatever he wanted to, but it would just be challenged later. It's not like, that was Chuck Schumer speaking. Anyway, it's not like it matters in the long run. It's just silly. And then to show how stupid all of these fucking people are, AOC came out and was like, I can't believe Chuck Schumer would go back on his word on all this. Shut the fuck up. You yourself are the person who said people are gonna die. People are gonna be buried and burned alive. We're gonna kill all the fucking whales if the government gets shut down. Which one is it? Which one is it? You can't flip-flop all the fucking time. You can do it a couple of times. You can't flip-flop all the fucking time. Every time something comes up that you don't like, oh no, actually I feel this way now. You can't do that. The phone's falling down. And now Gavin Newsom's got a podcast. Good. Everyone. All one person who listens to this. Who's not me. Screen record every episode that he has. I'm making all these hand motions and shit like I'm up on stage. Screen record. I've got my hands in the air. Screen record this shit. Every episode that he has. You gotta be able to like show these people, what about when you said this? And they all do the same thing, because sometimes people do that. Sometimes people show them videos of them saying something that contradicts what they're saying now. And they say, oh, really? Really? It was the context. I thought context was racist. What do you mean context? I thought context was racist. We're not allowed to ask why the cop shot the black guy. We're only allowed to say he was black and the cop was white. I mean, even if the cop was black, it's still white supremacy. Somehow, if a black cop shoots a black guy in the middle of fucking Africa, somehow it's still white supremacy. You people are living in a fucking fantasy. And I am just laughing at it. At this point, it's funny. I seem exasperated, but it's just me trying to logically explain a joke, because that's what you are. You are a joke. It's funny. This is why if you were to watch me, argue with these people, I would just laugh and go, "Yep, you're right. We're all Nazis. We're all Nazis, dude. Oh my gosh, you better run away. You better run away because the Nazis are coming. We're coming for you." Because you can't logically talk to these people. Obviously, we're not fucking Nazis. Nazis are leftists. I explained this last episode, not the last episode, the episode before this. The political spectrum. Nazism is all the way to the left. Totalitarianism, the biggest government possible. It's all the way to the left. All the way to the right is anarchy. I don't want that either. You might as well say I'm actually politically balanced. And I believe in reality. Oh my goodness. You can't become a woman. If you're a man, you can't just call everything racist. Because both people were fucking black. I mean, what? It's not racist. He was shooting at me. That's why I shot him. Can I say that? Can I say, is there any reason at all to shoot a black person? Like, there's nothing they could possibly do because they're black, because they are a marginalized community. What does that even fucking mean? They're on top of the world. They're in every fucking commercial. Every fucking TV show has to have at least 3. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They're marginalized. In what way? In what way? Other than the physical, actual number of black people. There are 12 to 13% of the U.S.'s population is black people. And they are everywhere. In pop culture, politics, pop culture is movies, entertainment, all that shit. Everything you see or hear, it's not crazy at all to hear there's a black person. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, good to them. But when it's so obvious that it's just forced on you, that it's like, hey, this person's not as funny as the other person we had, but we're just going to do this person because they're black. Like, dude, let's be honest. How many people how many people lost their chance at a great job because they had to put Trevor Noah at the head of the Daily Show as the host of the Daily Show? Trevor Noah is so unfunny that it's not even funny to talk about. It's not even funny to talk about. Not to mention, he talks that gobbledygook-ass fucking South African accent. I don't care if you're white or you're black. He talk like this. It's like almost like a British. No, that's really British, but it's like a bruh. I was just from South Africa, mate. Or no, so South Africa, bruh. Like, shut the fuck up. You sound like a worse version of Australian. It's so bad. I don't want to hear you. Shut the fuck up. If you were saying funny things, it wouldn't be funny just because of the accent. Oh, I am accentist. I will say that. I am accentist. This is a realization I'm having in myself right now. And you're all a part of it. I'm accepting this. There are things I cannot change about myself and my viewpoints in the world. And if you have a dumbass South African accent, I can't help you. I don't care. I don't care. It's like that. It's like that. Shane Gillis bit. Like, oh dear, I think about death. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. I wonder if there's Hawaiian goths, too. There's gotta be, right? It's like the internet is everything and it reaches everywhere. So everywhere probably has a little bit of everything. Right? Right? So there's gotta be... I'm still fixing the phone. There's gotta be Australian... Not Australian, that was Shane Gillis's bit. There's gotta be Hawaiian goths, too. Like, strumming a ukulele, like... I don't even know how Hawaiians talk. I'm not gonna dive into several different racisms, okay? And it's not racism, it's accentism. I don't care where you're from. I just don't want to hear all of that fucking brew. Oh, how's it going, brew? You know, I'm from South Africa. I'm from South Africa too, bruh. Do you want to go drink bleach in traffic together? Like, fuck. Shut the fuck up. Just shut your damn mouth. Yeah, and I can see people right now. Have you ever even... Type on the keyboard. Have you ever even met somebody from South Africa? That's like so rude. I can't even believe. Some of my best friends are from South Africa. I can't even believe that you would stoop this low. This is so crazy. Yeah, I have actually. I actually know a couple of people from South Africa. Or I did know them before I cut them off from my life because I said, bro, I can't listen to you fucking talk anymore. I can't do it. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I used to really hate the British accent. I got really tired of the British accent. And now I long for it. Because everything is either Australian or South African, which is the same fucking thing. Same fucking accent. It is. Prove me wrong. And eat a bag of dicks along the way. It's just Australian with a little bit of African. A little bit of like a Nigerian in there. Just, you put a little black pepper on top of something. Just a little. And yes, I meant that racially. Eat a bag of dicks. Fuck off. I don't care. I think I'm going to have to upload these to Rumble. I think I'm going to have to. Because it's going to get, if I even get like 30 subscribers, YouTube's going to be like, yo, what the fuck is this guy saying? Because they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to the whole thing. There's that context thing again. They're going to say context doesn't matter. All I said one time was trans people are gay. And it's over. Even though they are. How do you argue against trans people are gay? Right? Okay, so a man transitions into a female, or a man believes he's a female, and now he dates females still. So, by your definition, he's lesbian. He's gay. By my definition, it's still gay to dress like a woman. But it goes the other way, and he decides to date men. By my definition, it's gay. Because you're a dude. What's going on? Just be okay, if my best friend in the whole world was like, I'm going to dress like a woman, but I'm still going to nail chicks, I'd be like, that's fucking gay. That's fucking gay. And I'm hesitating to say, oh, but we'll still hang out all the time. Nah, probably not. Probably not. If you could be dressing like a woman and shit, I'm good, man. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I'm going to take a beer break real quick. I'm going to keep it recording. And that's how I feel about Gavin Newscumb's podcast. I'm so glad he started it. But the whole, I don't think it's going to go the way he... Excuse me. I'm half finishing thoughts here. The whole, him inviting Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon on, and they were both very cordial and very nice. Charlie Kirk was a little direct, but, what do you expect? They still ended it well. They're still like, hey, I appreciate that you had me on. I appreciate Steve Bannon also. I really appreciate the decorum of conversation we had. And to Gavin Newscumb's credit, he said that too, but he's faking it. Unless he suddenly came to terms with reality, he's faking that. Has he reversed any of the policies that say, hey, if you're a trans 4-year-old and your kindergarten teacher convinces you that you're a woman, the parents don't need to be notified, but every time you drop your kid off at school, we're going to put him in a fucking dress, and then we're going to get him dressed back normal before you get back? Dude, you guys are the weirdos. We're not the weirdos. We are not the weirdos. You are the weirdos. It is what it is. But I don't think this is going to go the way he thinks. He thinks by having these people on, he's going to show that, like, he's middle of the road. He can have a conversation with the right, blah, blah. Dude, your whole base, the crazy left people, anyone who genuinely voted for Kamala Harris because they thought democracy was at stake, is not voting for you because you even, what they would say, platform. You platformed a Nazi. That's crazy to think that they would just suddenly be like, oh, Gavin Newscomb said it's okay, so we're going to go this way. Who the fuck do you think you are? What are you talking about? They see you as a traitor. And it's already started. It's already started. The View has already called you out on that. Whoopi Goldberg be like, I don't know what he be saying though. I don't know. I'm giving her a ridiculously exaggerated black voice, but I don't care. She's a ridiculous person. So she'd be like, I don't even care how is he even be saying that? That trans women can't even play sports. Because if you look at female sports, you look at female sports stars, they know what they doing. They know what they doing. Yeah, because they play against other females. Correct. Just recently, I'm going to bring up a name here that no one else has heard for a very, very, very long time. And I kind of forgot. I forgot entirely about it. Dylan Mulvaney. Remember that? Remember that dude? Yeah. This dude went on The View recently to promote his new book about being a girl. So all the girls out there, if you want to learn about being a girl, get a book written by a dude. Perfect. Yeah. But Whoopi Goldberg said this to Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney responded by saying, well, I don't really play sports. I don't be playing sports. But I don't know why I'm doing a Southern woman accent, but fuck it. Whatever comes to mind. Give me some leeway. I don't really be playing sports. But I have a friend who was a woman and transitioned to a man. She is a trans man. Or it was, whatever, you know what I mean. I have a friend who is a trans man, and now he plays against the man. Well, and everyone claps. Woo! Yeah, you want a little backstory to that? I'll give you a little backstory to that. This person she's talking about, it's so fucking annoying. The person he is talking about used to be a top-of-the-line female swimmer. Top of the line, like number 1, 2, 3, top 10 at least. Now, she, pretending to be a he, swimming against other he's, is bottom of the list. That example that they brought up proves that men and women are different. That proves that you just got one of the number one people in there. And they can't even come close to competing. Whew. I saw a Instagram reel the other day that broke my heart. It actually hurt. It was a video of a girl. She was 19 years old at the time. And it showed her like on a Paris vacation or something. And it's a video she made. And it actually gets me a little choked up. I'm not going to lie. She's beautiful. She's a very, very pretty girl. She's a very cute girl. Long brunette hair, she's beautiful. And then it shows her slowly over the course of like 2 to 4 years becoming a dude or trying to become a dude, and then at the end it just looks like a fuckboy, like one of the shaved head weirdos, but she cut her breasts off. She got a double mastectomy on like the halfway through. I'm not even exaggerating. I think about that now and it makes me actually sad. It makes me actually sad. I'm not crying over it, but why, man? I can tell you one girl that's gonna kill herself in 10 years. And it's not funny and it's not cool, and I don't want that. Nobody on the right wants that. That's why we're warning so hard against it. If that young girl had maybe seen a guy on the corner dressed as Santa Claus holding a sign that said trans women are men, and maybe she thought to herself, oh, that's right. Maybe that would have stuck and she wouldn't have done this to herself. Because I wonder how long that fad lasts, honestly. That sucks, man. That sucks. Shout out to that girl. I hope you're doing okay. And it's okay. Oh, I said this in the other podcast. It's okay to stop where you are. To stop right where you are. And just, you don't have to tell everybody, oh, I made a huge mistake. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back. You don't have to tell everybody. You can just slowly make steps towards that. You can try to be feminine again. You can try to go back to your old ways. You can slowly backtrack. And if people, figure it out along the way and they're so indoctrinated that they want to cut you off, cut them off. Cut them off like you did with your tits. Cut them off. You gotta laugh, man. You gotta make jokes, I guess. That might be the single most fucked up joke I've ever made in my life. And I don't regret it. But does everybody even remember why Dylan Mulvaney is a thing? Because he tanked the stock of Bud Light, of Anheuser-Busch entirely. He tanked it by 20%. I don't know if that was per quarter or total, but I'm going to say total. 20%. That's a lot. That's a lot. If I took 20% of your limbs, you'd be limping. If I took 20% of your fingers, you wouldn't be able to hold anything. I mean, you would figure it out eventually, but not right away. 20%. This dude tanked a beer stock overnight. And I want to be... Let's talk about the whole story, because you know what? Like I said earlier, context is important. It's not racist to look for context. Context is important. So the context of the story is Anheuser-Busch, on their Bud Light bottles, sent 1,500 different online creators. I think this is at the time where we still called them influencers. They sent 1,500 different creators or influencers a custom bottle with their face on it. It was not just Dylan Mulvaney. They just went down the list of, oh, this person has this many, this person has this many, send them a bottle, send them a bottle, send them a bottle. So that they'll promote it, obviously. Had to get the fag out of my throat, sorry. Oh, that was gay. But the context, I was trying to be funny about talking to Luke, and that backfired. Anyway, they sent 1,500 different creators this custom bottle with their face on it. And one of them happened to be Dylan Mulvaney. Well, Dylan Mulvaney does what they're supposed to do and promotes it. Then Kid Rock goes out and shoots a bunch of Bud Light. Now, ooh. If anyone heard that, I don't know if you could hear that or if I just thought it was loud. That was me pulling my head straight up. Like not cracking it to the side, straight up. Best feeling in the world. Anyway, if anybody is a regular on podcasts, you go around the circuit on podcasts like I do. You know, I'm working all the time, so I just put a earbud in and I listen to something. Well, one of the best things to listen to is Rogan. He's got a 3-hour-long podcast, and it's interesting. He's got a fantastic podcast. It's fantastic. I've listened to it for like 5 or 6 years now. Maybe 7. But, I haven't missed an episode. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I haven't missed an episode. When this whole thing was going around, Shane Gillis, the old day I think about death, what we were talking about earlier, you know, ties in. It all ties in. Look at me tying stuff in. That guy, Shane Gillis, came on the podcast on Protect Our Parks, and if you don't know, I'm not going to explain it. It's too good to fucking explain. He came in, and they were all drinking and shit, and he was talking about, I don't care. I'm not going to stop drinking Bud Light. I like Bud Light. I'm not going to stop drinking Bud Light. And I was kind of on the fence, but I was like, hey, yeah, you like Bud Light, whatever. Whatever. I'm not going to drink Bud Light. That was me. I'm not drinking Bud Light anymore. No. I'm not drinking Bud Light. They're giving the trans people Bud Light. I'm not drinking Bud Light. And then Joe was like, hey, if they just apologize and they get you to be their spokesman, they get you, Shane Gillis, to be the spokesman, or one of them, of Bud Light, we could turn this thing around. We could turn this ship around. And immediately, as soon as he said that, I knew he was right. I said, if they could really get Shane Gillis to be one of the faces of Bud Light, I will go buy Bud Light. And you know what? They did. They learned their lesson. I think as a genuine Christian, we can all offer a little bit of forgiveness. They learned their lesson. They moved on. They made Shane Gillis and Post Malone as their, most prominent spokespeople. And I think we can all move on from this. I still feel gay when I buy Bud Light. I do. But if you go to the Hebe store, they don't care. They don't give a fuck what you're buying. As long as you're paying for it. So drink your Bud Light. Drink it proudly. Not pride proud, not that kind of proud. But drink it proudly. Who fucking cares? Who cares? It was one of 1,500. It was a story that blew up. Kid Rock shot the cans. It's all over now. It's all over now. It's okay. It's okay now. You can drink the horse piss and feel okay about it. And you know what? It's not a bad beer. If all you're looking for is a cheap beer, Tell me a better one than Bud Light. I mean, I drink Corona Extra. It's a couple dollars more. That is my favorite, like, beer, not like fancy beer. Not craft beer, but just regular beer. I like Corona. But I will forgive Bud Light. And you know what? I'm going to say it. On the next podcast, I will be drinking Bud Light. As a show of solidarity with someone who realized they fucked up. Someone, like it's one person. With a company that realized they fucked up and is trying to right their wrongs and turn this ship around. Buddy, I'm going to grab the wheel with you and pull down. We're turning it around. We're turning it around. My whole childhood growing up, Bud Light was a staple. Was American as apple pie. And now because one fag wants to turn all of that on its head, I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I'm pretty damn sure Kid Rock actually forgave him too and started drinking it again. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not letting Dylan Mulvaney fuck up an American institute like Anheuser-Busch. It's not happening on my watch. So on the next podcast, I'm going to be drinking Bud Light. And I hope you are too, the one other person that listens to this. That's not me. And that's all I gotta say about that. And now I have to race like an absolute piss horse. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got another beer. I switched my laundry, so you might hear the dryer going in the background. And I grabbed some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Black guy that I work with put me onto the limon. He's not really black, he's Puerto Rican, but he might as well be. Alright. Oh, yeah. I don't care how that audio sounds. I've done 42 minutes already. The last 18 minutes, you're going to have to deal with it. If you have not tried the lemon Flamin' Hot Cheetos, they're so damn good, man. It makes me feel like spinning around and going, yay. No, not that. No. They're alright. Got another Corona. Life is good, man. Life is good. Dude, you know what I was at the bar yesterday. With my brother. And they're showing on the Fox News. For the record, they have Fox News and CNN, but... So we're watching Fox News, and they're showing the SpaceX capsule going up to bring that crew that got stuck up in the International Space Station for 9 months because Biden didn't want to give Elon the win for some reason. He wanted to let them sit up there for political reasons. So it was so heartwarming. Everyone was watching it go up, and then we were all cheering at the bar. It's a little bar, but it was so great, man. It was so beautiful. And, living in Florida, I live right by, close enough to Cape Canaveral that we see them go up all the time. It's always a cool sight, too. But yeah, so they're coming home. They were stuck up there for so long. And they're coming home. And it's funny because at first I was like, what are the chances those two cheated on their spouse is back on the wet rock down here. You know? You say, oh, baby, I'm stuck here for 9 months, but at least I got some pussy. Nah, probably not. You see those two, and it's like, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to make a really vulgar joke, and it's just not working. All right? They're just poor people that are stuck. I say, not poor, like, they're fucking astronauts, but it's just a couple of bad circumstances. People caught in bad circumstances that are stuck in space. And now they're coming back. I'm trying to find something about... Looks like they might have... The new crew actually got there. Oh shit, it's getting real.
Now to some breaking news overnight. The 2 astronauts who have been forced to stay on board the International Space Station for more than 9 months are finally about to come home.
Yeah.
Marissa Parra has the latest from Miami. Hey, Marissa, good morning.
Hallie, good morning. This is one of several moments we have all been waiting for. After a roughly 28 journey through space, Crew 10 has officially arrived and docked at the International Space Station. This beautiful approach shot by one of the astronauts on board as they waited for the Dragon capsule to arrive. The current ISS occupants, including Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams, welcoming the team on board as that hatch opened. The 2 NASA astronauts, 1 Japanese astronaut and a Russian cosmonaut, you can see floating on in. An exciting morning for everyone, but especially for Crew 9, because this is their relief, allowing them to return to Earth in a few days. Now for Crew 9, that's 2 members who arrived in September, plus Butch and Sunny, who have been in space since June, when their 10-day mission turned into 9 months. But just a note here, astronaut Frank Rubio holds the U.S. record for longest consecutive days in space at 371 days. Butch and Sunny aren't even at 290 yet, but
Why you even gotta mention that? It's not a contest. He meant to be up there that long. They didn't. Why would you even mention that?
big question, of course, is how much longer before they can return home? Well, Crew 9 will spend a few days showing Crew 10 the ropes and double-checking everything is set for their return. The earliest they could depart would be Wednesday, then splashing down in either the Gulf or the Atlantic, all of it depending on the weather, Hallie. So whatever people did to make there be good luck for good weather on Friday, we're hoping again for on Wednesday.
A lot of fingers crossed, Marissa.
All right. So Wednesday they might depart, and it takes over 24 hours to get back down. I would love to have got this conversation with my buddy. So I don't know, man. You're not gonna. I can't. Maybe I'm brainwashed, but I think the Earth is a globe. You know, and I'm not trying to talk shit. Because the guy I was talking to in the last podcast is one of my best friends. And he is one of the best guys I know on the planet. On the globe. Best guys I know on the globe. But I'm really glad that these astronauts are coming back home. And thank God Trump is president. Let's be completely fucking honest. If Kamala was president, they wouldn't be coming home yet. Nah, wouldn't be happening. I'm gonna eat a couple more of these Cheetos. Fuck yeah. Alright. Alright, that's enough. It's kind of nice too, because like there's the lime after flavor, you know, after flavor, and Corona goes good with lime, obviously. They pair well. If you're looking for an absolute piece of shit snack, there's Flamin' Hot Cheetos Limon and Corona Extra. They fit well together. We're at 50 minutes. Almost. We're almost at 50 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 50 minutes. Can I just... it's episode 12, guys. Or guy. It's episode 12. When I said I wanted to make 100 of these, I was like, man, that's forever. I mean, obviously 12 and 100 are far away, but I'm more than 10% there. Name someone else that you know that's made 12 one-hour podcasts by themselves, except for one. I was with my buddy. I think I can do this. So I think I'm going to start uploading them to Rumble. So it definitely won't be taken down. Because that would suck, bro. Imagine like 12 hours of shit just gets taken down. And I will say, this is fun to do, and there's a hope and the dream of like, maybe it'll be big and pay my bills one day. Definitely. But it's so fun. It's fun. And it's nice knowing that some things I have in my head, like racking around my brain all the time. And you want to just like shout it to the world. Well, here it is. I did it. You know, whether people find it or not, it's there. It's out there. You can find it. Like, I've stated my opinion on that. This is what it is. And I'll put it out into the ether. That's fun. I can move on. Now I can move on from things. That's good. That's a good thing. I don't, you can hear the dryer. You can hear the dryer spinning around. I don't want anyone to think that what I'm saying is because I hate a certain person. I've said the same thing for so long. I pray for Nancy Pelosi and AOC and Kamala Harris and all of them. Chuck Schumer, the lefties, the liberals. I do pray for them. I've done it several times, and I will continue to do so. But I pray that they realize the error of their ways, they turn around, they accept Christ, and they keep going. And then they move on, they live better lives. Dylan Mulvaney, I hope you accept Christ. And you move on with your life. And I forgive you. I forgive all you. I forgive the women on The View. And you might say, well, you say a lot of fucks and faggots and stupid bullshit and a lot of bad words. And, you know, in the Bible, it doesn't say don't cuss. It says be mindful of the company that you keep when you're speaking. And I always tried to figure out a way of how it made sense for actual art and actual pop culture, like genuine, what am I trying to say? In today's day and age kind of things, could still lead someone to Christ. And at my last Bible study, my boss goes to that Bible study. my boss said something that was so true. And he said, if somebody put an ad in a Playboy magazine that was all about Jesus saves, and someone bought that Playboy for smut, excuse me, and they found that and they decided to listen to that, and they changed their life, then is that bad? I don't know the exact argument I'm making, but like, I have movie scripts where it's pretty rough, pretty ugly things happening in those movie scripts, and I try to always tie it into Christ. And I know there's a way to do that. Because God is not mocked. And Jesus, I'll say this, the Bible, I'm so sick, I will get up and walk out of church. I've been to several churches. I will get up and walk out when they start making it all this bullshit, PG, family-friendly, Bambi, Snow White, Disneyland fuck shit. 'Cause it's not. It's not. It's not family-friendly. I mean, well, no, it is family-friendly, but it's by today's societal standards. It is not family-friendly. It is the most savage book in the world. It's the most savage piece of literature in the world. And when you realize there's beauty in that, that's where you really open your eyes and go, damn. I don't care if anyone says, oh, this is dumb, this is gay. You really believe that? You're like, dude. That's like, if I could compare it, and I'm not comparing the Bible or the Word of God, but I'm just saying the way I see it is like if someone comes up to you and they tell you Pulp Fiction is a bad movie. It's like, really? Pulp Fiction? That's so lame. It's like, what? Like, your response would just be, okay, man. No, okay. Yeah. You know, I'm just realizing now. My ex-girlfriend, I dated her for 6 years. And when I started dating her, I was like, you gotta see this movie, Savages. It's about the guys that sell weed. They're in like a threesome relationship with the girl. But it's a great movie. It's a really, really good movie. Just cinematically. And, I don't know, I brought it up a few times over that. And from start to finish, in 6 years, she never saw it. I never showed it to her. I could have done so many things better in that relationship. And I'm not harping on myself. I'm not beating myself up. I've done that a lot. I'm not doing that. It's almost been 6 years since the breakup. I'm not, I'm just saying. If reincarnation is real, or I could go back, man, I would shape up before I had to learn the lesson that I had to learn. Because I was real lazy. And I took everything I had for granted. And I didn't realize how not for granted it was. I didn't realize that one day it could suddenly all be gone. And I really thank her, and I thank God, and I thank just everything that happened, because that really whipped me into shape. And I wouldn't have spent 2 to 3 years working 80 hours a week at $12 an hour to save up the money for my first rental property that I'm now recording from. And now I have 4 units I rent out. Or 3. I live in 1. But I got 4 rental properties. I'm a plumber now. I learned the value of hard work because I genuinely had my heart broken. And when you come to the realization through that process of it's not them that's the problem. It's not because they're being mean or they don't love me anymore. Oh. It's you. And you need to shape up. And you need to get your shit together. So for all of the lefties, all the liberals, anyone that eventually finds this, because I know it's not going to blow up overnight. I know no one is going to listen to this for a long time. But anybody that does find this, if you listen to it all the way through, just know that I love you. And I wish you the best. And it might be time to wake up, man. Don't let the things that you have in your life go because you want to just keep being lazy. And on that cheerful note, I hope everybody has a great night. And I might upload this to Rumble. We'll see what goes on. I'll see you next time, guys. Or guy. Bye.